Alright, we're doing it. We're live. Got a lobby here. Benominator. 28 OS. Uber MG. Weighing in at 32. Fairly defensive opener here, vehicle opener. LLT makes sense, you're gonna have fewer units. Fairly early energy storage, but on this map, that's actually a good idea because the wind is so OP. Average wind speed of 20, max speed of 29. Absolutely nutty. If the wind speed is 20, I'm pretty sure that means wind is literally better than APHIS, and that's especially true as Armada. I actually like Armada on this map for that reason. It's a small difference, but you can see these are both Armada comms coming out here from both sides. Denominator has been on a win streak, making good plays. Got a lobby here, 5 specs, including myself. And what's going on here? This is kind of fun. We got some newer players, and folks, Awful McBad is one who I think started fairly recently, who you can see is the leader of the lobby, and has been putting these together. And you can see, you know, it's a good sense of humor all around here. And as the game picks up, we're going to probably see a lot of commentary in spec chat. This is honestly not the worst idea. By the caldera, we're talking about this area here, by the geo. Sort of at the base of this mountain. I don't know geology, but I'm pretty sure calderas have something to do with volcanoes. So I think that's what this refers to. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy to defend. There's one recurring theme. We've been playing this map a lot in these 1v1s, and one recurring theme is that comparatively little metal exists out here on the map relative to in here. And, I mean, these choke points are just perfect for holding. Nice micro there, getting that surround for a little while. Takes out that first tank. Of course, that is now a wreck that can be rezzed by a resbot. The resbot is focusing on taking metal at the moment, which is, of course, the correct move. But, you have to imagine more respots will be coming out. Well, actually, 111 pawns currently queued up. We'll see if that lasts. Yeah, first push incoming here. Now, the LLT in the main does defend a lot of stuff here. LLT on the side also does some work. These guys are actually going to make sure that this metal hasn't been taken yet, which of course it hasn't. But after seeing this first mechs untaken, they turn around. Same over here after clearing this. These mechs would have died if they'd been built, but Uber's playing vehicles and so expanding more slowly. This is, you know, this is something that I've been saying a lot. I think in these games in the spec chat, maybe I'll just say it here, is that I think that energy conversion is just so much worse than mex's that it doesn't make sense to go for this early. But I need a more articulate way of expressing that intuition. Good radar here. Yeah, correct, yes. So you can see that there's actually a little sliver here where this is pathable. There's another one there, another one there. Loving the commentary. And yeah, Uber's setting up. This I don't entirely agree with. A, because this doesn't cover the whole walkway here, right? There's a little bit of a gap. And then this won't cover this either. But also B, like, what are you defending here? This is such a wide open... There's no choke. Whoa. This is good. Walking on through. I like front lines too, but I like them to be more front. I just think this is a very relaxed... It's expensive, and it's also, like, kind of conservative. Like, well, that's not the word. Like, it's just not aggressive enough. You're not claiming space. There's, like, a quarter of the map that this covers, and it's not even the most. Yeah, that's a good move. I like radar here. So they're playing tic-tac-toe. Check this shit out. See, this is what's up. This is the game. Uber's so dead, by the way. Oh, boy. Yeah, radar maybe not giving as much for you here as an LLT would. I would be moving the commander back right now. Fishing for that D-gun. Getting that reclaim. Yeah, this looked potentially very good for B-Dominator, but no more. Let me clear the chat here. Or, not the chat, clear the lines. Yeah, I like this flank play, because with the reinforcements coming up, you can hit from two sides here. That's quite strong. Yeah, Dickman here played last game, or Dickman? I don't know. Played last game and built like no radar, which was very conspicuous in my opinion. Now this is scary. Scary, scary. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, not gonna commit, seeing the LLT's backs up. Yeah, actually, that would be a great move for red, to cut blue off. That would be quite strong. Oh, it's Homer. Look at that. That's fun. Okay, let's do this perspective for a little while. Ooh, D-gun right through the LLT, but it does get a good connection. I was hurting my brain trying to look at it from that angle. Not seeing anything really claimed in here, which is baffling to me. I would be building that Geo, I'd be building this metal. It's just so much money to leave on the table. And I mean, if you're forcing the fight to be over here, I don't know, man. I guess he's expanding on this side, but still not really. I mean, geothermal is incredibly valuable. And I know he's got metal energy storage because he does this every game. I guess maybe you're waiting for 2 to get up so that you can bank enough energy to build the Geo rather than stalling out. Interesting. This is... Yeah, that must have been a misclick. Now, yeah, this is the classic dichotomy, bots versus vehicles, is that the vehicle player can be so much more active on the map, or excuse me, the bot player can, in terms of covering ground, but the vehicle player can claim a specific space so much more easily. I would be so damn nervous not spread. Yeah, gets the same idea, spreads them out. You're just asking to get half your 2/3 of your army killed with 1 D-gun if you leave those guys bunched. And in a commander face-off, that's no good. Got a dude peeking over a wall over here. What's that guy's name? Kilroy? Is that what it is? Yeah, we got some artists. Yeah, the laser sounds scare the enemy. It's psychological warfare. Yes, that's exactly right. That reclaim is going to be worth a lot. 1K metal on the ground now. Okay, a little run by here. Does run into the scouts. No dice. However, I mean, even if this isn't like a killing move, it is forcing these guys to stay busy. And actually, they're moving away, which now means these guys could go in. Of course, you don't know that without radar. Oh man, red should have kept pawns here. Force scouts to stay back. Are these wide enough, widely spaced enough? They are in rows of 2, but only with like half a row between them. Yeah, you can see, I feel like this might still chain react, I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, the stats show up, they make the push, and I had a feeling that was going to be GG.
Battle
That's why
ended.
you really need to be, I don't know, on the GSL cast they would call that a pin, which I feel like that they're not the only ones who would use that term, but that's where I know it from. Is that, you know, essentially you can have a small force that forces a larger force, much like a pin in chess, to stay in place rather than move out. Oh, sweaty fish. Oh, I don't. Sure.
You
I'll
are
play.
now playing.
I never asked for this power, but I'm happy to do it. All right, Awful McBad wants to play. Yeah, this dude, fairly recent to the game. You can see 3 chefs now. Last time I saw, I think he was 1 or 2. See ya. His scrub heads out. Let's play. This guy definitely, I think, has Total Annihilation experience, I believe. And so, like, you know, has a lot of game knowledge, but there's just specific mechanics that he's still working out and stuff like that, which is why he's doing the right thing and speccing a lot of games and sort of getting this little community together. Man, I can barely talk to play these games, which is just super fun. I've always been really bad at 1v1, so I appreciate, you know, being around, I guess, my peers
Battle started.
in that sense. Not to say they're bad per se, but rather just that you know, I'm trying to build the same skill they are. So I'm gonna go for a fairly like normal opener here, which is to get 1 wind up. Ordinarily I'd do 2, but wind is so good here that I think I only need 1. And then I'll get that metal. I'll get a few more winds. And then we're going to start making the fun stuff. And the fun thing about these games is that these replays are super valuable too, because even if you're playing and you don't get to see the spec chat, you get to go back and watch the replay and see people taking notes on what you did. I think that's kind of cool, you know? That's like a really fun vibe to have that learning resource available to you. I like it anyway. So yeah, one thing to know about this map is that instead of fortifying here, you can just fortify here, and it covers the same area more efficiently. Right, like this line in the middle of that box. I don't want to put lines down because then I'll confuse the specs. I mean, actually, who cares if I confuse them, but I still don't want to do it. And I don't know how Awful McBad is playing these days. I don't know what sort of opener to expect here. So I am doing something that's very, like, straight down the middle, very simple. Once this first con comes out, I'm going to use that to boost out my grunts. Then I can move my comm up forward. And I'm tempted, actually. Ordinarily, we've been seeing people build back here with the comm and put a LOT back there, but I think I'm going to actually build more forward than that and send my second con out to build those guys. And I'm just going to build 2 LLTs, there's 1 there, and then 1 up here. And that'll cover, you know, the flank angles as well. I don't know if my opponent's going bots or vehicles, so I also do need to know, because if it's vehicles, then I don't need that second LLT. This first one should be enough, actually, because the vehicles can't traverse here, obviously. Bots, however, can, and so therein lies the danger, right? Yeah, I think just 1 of those, right? As soon as the comm finishes building, then this energy bottleneck will pass. I should maybe have built more E with the comm before we got to this point. I will pop you down to low priority so that you can finish your work. Maybe I should have done it the other way around because the comm has more build power. Okay, back up to high. Yeah, win please, I know, right? Oh, okay, interesting. And this is why you get out on the map, is you never know what kind of goodies you're going to find out there. And, yeah, so that guy's going to do that, and then just build some fucking wins, dude. Just build some wins. And okay, that has not been taken yet. And you may or may not have radar, I don't know. Right, so I'm going to try to sneak in and do a little harass. I always feel toxic when I do harass, but, like, it is part of how you play the game. Excuse me. And with these guys, I'm going to build a con turret, and then one of them is just going to build winds after that. And that seems like actually that'll be a good row for that. And then you'll do that, and then maybe just build wind as well, right? Like, why not? But the main thing is I really, 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 excuse me, need, oh yeah, no, this guy can stay. Actually, I wonder if I can send a new dude out to take his place out there. And send this dude in to cause some mischief. And I mean, yeah, probably I should just be taking this metal, right? Like moving my comm in here, because this is where the money is. That's where the action is. But I also need to be expanding down this way. I think oh, okay, yeah, you are vehicles. I think maybe I could have determined that sooner, technically, but here we are. And yeah, I think, gosh, man, I'm getting so greedy. But yeah, we're gonna get 2 cons out and send them down this way. And that'll count for a lot, I think. Now, after this first mix, we're actually gonna get a radar up here. One of those funny little plays you can make. Someone was saying earlier in chat that it feels like cheating, or like an exploit. Which, I mean, I agree, but like in a good way, where it's like it's fun. Like you're doing something unusually clever and getting rewarded for it. I think that I want plasma shells to deal with the tanks. And so I'm going to switch into maces. Realistically, I should be thinking about going vehicles myself. However, in the meantime, this is much faster to get up and it'll be good enough for light tanks. Okay, there's comm. So that has been taken. I can potentially get some damage in. Let's see it. Let's try it, right? And my comm is super exposed right now, but I have radar, so I'm not too scared about it. Oh wow, LLT is all throughout here. Really interesting. Okay. So these guys are going to be my flank group now. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. I knew they were coming for me. I got a spidey sense for that shit. All right. Let's line up in a nice little row here. We'll take this first one, LLT, second one, and then continue onward. And yeah, you guys are going to be easily prepared for this incursion. Let's do the attack command to make sure they focus fire. And then, yeah, we're gonna... Okay, perfect. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They don't kill a single comm. They don't even kill the LLT that was building. And now I can res that. So that's really good. I could res, or I could reclaim, but I think I'll res. Wow, actually, not a lot of wrecks left from there, weirdly. Which I was not expecting. I'm not sure where the next incursion is going to be, though. And that has me slightly worried. I do want to be, like, reinforcing my comm here. But I'd love to do it with vehicles. Rather than bots, I think. So we're gonna eat that and go vehicles. And arguably I could build a lab over here, because I only have one con turret in base, so it's like not that much of an advantage that I get from building in base. Arguably I could do that. Maybe I should even, but eh. I mean, my eco currently is all over there, right? So I certainly don't want to lose that. And yeah, redundant radars, if you know me, you know I like that shit. Not strictly necessary. One way to cancel the queue. Let's see. And yeah, let's get over here. Let's see if this is being claimed yet. If not, then it's mine, you know? there it is, yeah. Now, I actually outranged these guys, so I can fight command towards them just to take that fight good at the start. And the tricky thing here, of course, is that my comm is somewhat exposed, so I am going to start spamming down LLTs where I stand. Alright. And yeah, let's just get a smart reclaim on, like, rocks. Anything with metal. And continue to pump up the build power there as well. Hopefully we can keep this mechs alive. That would be good economically. For me. Now, let's see how we're doing here. We're wasting energy. I guess, oh, I have been forgetting energy storage, haven't I? And I'm Cortex, after I was just talking about how good Armada is. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Now, I do wonder where the comm is. I want to be aggressive with these guys, but also I don't have the intel to, like, know that that's a good move, and I don't want to lose my defensive force here. You know? So I'm in a kind of a bind. I'm in a pickle in that sense. And yeah, the problem basically, I think I'm fairly ahead at this point in this game. The problem that my opponent has is that he has not denied my expansion at all. And so I'm just going to expand unchecked and, you know, laugh all the way to the bank. That's just how this ends up playing out, you know? So let's res anything that's resable in there, and then eat anything else. And let's poke over here, because now that I see a blip there, I'm going to assume that's a metal spot that's like been built by a con, and I'm going to try to poke at it. And we'll see what happens. I actually think that was a mistake that I just made. I don't want to do that. Okay, yeah. Okay. No, this is good to know. This is precisely the kind of information that I was wishing I had. And I've just killed 3 con bots, 3 con vehicles even better. And I can spread these dudes out. Actually, no. No, I'm not going to take a fight. I'm going to fortify and then repair. Alright, and I can take this and then move back here to help with that. Okay, this is really good, I think. Let's make sure everyone's facing the right way. And yeah, let him get a few volleys off. And yeah, once again, focus firing, very important. I'm gonna pull this dude back, I don't want to lose my con. Yeah, and he wants to kill it, you can see. Alright, now there's reclaim to do over there as well. These guys for the moment, just focus on getting metal, please, and thank you. And yeah, we're just gonna sort of extend towards the base here. Because we can, right? Nothing's stopping me. Oh, I'm wasting metal, my god. Man, this is very obviously my warm-up game, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, this is my first game on. I was planning to have a little chill night, and then they tapped me in. But let's give it a go, you know? Okay, here we are. Now, Pounders, good unit. I'm not sure I like them against Brutes. But actually, they are winning. So maybe I should shut the fuck up. That's surprisingly very effective. I wonder if these were just not spaced out enough or something. Arguably, it's also a numbers game because I was literally wasting metal. He goes so fucking bad, actually. And then, yeah, we're gonna build that storage, and then we're gonna build that stuff. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Homies. I'm gonna pull these guys up. Okay, now this is when having a few res bots is absolutely clutch, and you need to leave them alive. You simply must leave them alive. But if you do that, then this is really good. And I'm thinking about turning off repeat and going for T2 here, although I do suspect I can just win the game off of this push. But like, I want it locked. I want it locked in, you know? Okay, so actually, yeah, fuck rezzing. We're gonna reclaim because that's faster. And we're gonna cancel the second row. And we're going to go for T2 bots. Because I don't have a vehicle in the area. And yeah, I'm just gonna eat metal to finance this endeavor. Yeah, feeling good over here. These guys are all repaired. We'll just build that. Line you guys up. I thought I had a second turret queued up there, but I guess not. But I also currently feel okay with that. And yeah, repeat is off over here. We can eat that. And then we will just build more wind about it. Inverters, things of that nature. Oh yes, and the Lashers, of course, have an excellent line of sight, so they have high utility in this situation. They can push by themselves instead of needing units to spot for them. It's basically the advantage here. So when you're trying to clear out something like this over here, that's, you know, really good to have. And yeah, let's continue reclaiming as we move in. And we're going to end this with Fiends, if not sooner. Not sure that any D-gun can help you now against this. I will throw a bot lab back down over here just so I can get res bots out as I need them. Just because I have metal to spare, so like, why not, you know? And this is basically, I don't need the metal, but I'm denying it to my opponent. I'm saying, if I take this, then there's no way that you can have it. Alright. And let's go for the cool thing you can do.
T2 unit detected.
Oh, you're going T2 as well, okay. Okay, I didn't quite kill him. Yeah, I got a good D-gun on some of them.
Commanders destroyed.
Good game.
Battle ended.
I could play another if they want me to stay in. Loser goes spec is sort of the unofficial rule here. I mean, it's semi-official, but also like it's loosey-goosey. GG. Oh, we're down to 2 specs. That's weird. Okay, B-Nominator wants to go. Yeah, it's always confusing reading chat because the guy's name is Awful. So people say, "Well played, Awful." And it's like that's it's hard to parse. I don't mind starting. Yeah, I agree. The early mine layer, it's not able to defend itself, and it just dies on the map pretty quick, which is a shame. Mines are very good, but they're more of a mid-game thing. I think that's part of like this guy's problem, or not problem, but part of what where there's the most room for improvement is basically there seems to be an impulse. GLHF. to go for mid-game techs in the early game. But it's like, there's a time and a place for everything.
Battle started.
You gotta know what it is. Now let's see if I can make this work. I try to play it basically the same as before, except now I'm warmed up. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but it'd be nice about it. Yeah, that's what I like about this chat, is that like stuff like that gets called out, you know. It's because I mean I do agree it is bad, but like let's be chill about it, you know. Don't do a whole thing. Now, ordinarily I'd be focusing on energy with the Respot at this point, simply because I'm low on energy and cons cost a lot. In this case, wind is so OP that I don't feel the need to do that. I think first thing I'm going to do is pop down that radar and then mosey on over this way and make my way over to mid, yeah. Look at the caldera, whatever you want to call it. I think a queue like this one looks pretty good to me. I will pop another bot in there early, Dawn bot. That one goes over here, does the same thing. Grabs builds all the wind. Okay, here we go. Pawns, so I technically outranged them, but the difference is so minor that it doesn't matter in practice anymore. It used to matter, but not now. Except when you get something cool like that, and even then, yeah. Even then. So yeah, let's get those rezzed. That is important. And check out that radar spot. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. And this has good coverage. To protect that flank angle, so I don't need to worry about that too much. But let's move over here, and we can pop up like a turret on the way, maybe. I'm gonna grab a couple dudes, pop over down there, and then eventually they're gonna go over, right? But not yet. Back at home, we're gonna do that, and then you go live your dream. I'm going to copy what I saw this dude doing in a previous game and interleave the energy storages with the build commands for the rows of 12 wind pylons. Whatever the fuck you call those, man. Listen, I'm trying to think. This is a real game here. Okay, I saw that. So I'm going to respond in kind, and now this is where my reinforcements are going. And I'm going to have a small task force
Low power.
to help the comm. But that's, you know, the smaller side of things. And then, yeah, over there, do that, then that, do that, and that. Expanding and building turrets as I go. I might actually send two cons out to do that together, right? Okay, yeah. It's going to be very important to focus fire here. I'm going to take cons out of my build queue also. This is only 4 dudes here, so I don't really super have to respect that. Especially not if I have a turret nearby, which I fortunately do. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job here of massing up, right? Which means maybe I will think about going for, like, some kind of a flanking situation. Oh, yeah, okay. So, for sure, want to bunker up my comm. I don't want to let you do too much damage there. But if I have enough LLTs, I can actually manage that kind of an offensive. Yeah, so far, this is not so scary. Very, very bad to lose that many units. But let's see what kind of counter-offensive I can get online here. Probably think about getting res spots too. Weird position that I'm in here. My comm is kind of trapped, and I think you know it. Right, so let's take that out, yeah. And we'll send one dude over here just to take that, and the rest of you proceed. Yeah, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? And yeah, I think I need to be focusing more build power on unit production. I think that's my main issue in this moment. Oh, fuck you for getting that medal. That is good. That is well done. So now let's continue. And I am dropping down LLTs as I go, just for insurance. And yeah, as soon as that goes, I will pop a radar over here. It gives me very good coverage, great visibility. And I do want that. I think that's important. And at this point, I think this is the point where I switch into thugs. Oh, hello, comm. Wow. Surprising, actually. Okay, so that means I have to stop resing and I have to start reclaiming. That's what that means. Okay, and yeah, there's a mace as well for my opponent. This is a fairly even game, it feels like. So I'm going to prioritize getting a turret up over there. Not a fucking chance of getting degunned there. I'm not going to allow it. And then maybe I... yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, we got rockets. Doing that whole thing. You know what? Honestly, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your whole plan. Fuck your system. Actually, maybe I'll go pounders. Oh yeah, okay, there's that. Oh, I need to rebuild this. That's pretty important, actually. And yeah, you've just realized what's over here. Dude, I fucking right-clicked on that lab. I don't know why it didn't take.
Radar lost.
This is, I think, frustrating. I don't feel that I'm favored at this moment. I think I'm pretty fucked, actually. Having to build all those LOTs in the middle of nowhere did not do me any favors. I think it's safe to say. But yeah, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, man, so much reclaim going to my opponent as well. Just so not good. How long till he realizes he can just walk into my base? There we go. At least we're winning that weird little interaction over there. Yeah, man, I'm so fucked. I'm gonna walk on these guys. I think I can handle it. This is why I'm getting the pounders, just for that defensive utility versus bots. Calculated move. But perhaps it only counts for so much. They can safely retreat now, unlike how they used to be. I think I needed maybe more build power over here. Maybe I'll have my con boost this instead of getting metal. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we're going in over here. I'm over here without much defense. That could be a good target for me. I think we're gonna get another builder over there. Okay, somehow they did win that interaction, unfortunately. That's bad. But at least I'm preventing them from taking the Geo. So, you know, that's good. Oh yeah, you want that res spot, but not today. Not today, Satan. Something like that should work fine. I wonder if my opponent's going T2 here off of this. I wouldn't be surprised. We need a lot of build power on this lab in this moment. Maybe over here too, actually. Okay, yeah, that's fine if they're taking that out. Fair enough. It stayed up long enough to pay for itself, so could be worse. Start trying to get bots or tanks that can actually trade efficiently. Whistlers, to be specific. Man, go fuck yourself with your fucking res bot. Go fuck yourself with the res bot. That's what I say to you. Oh yeah, hey, good play here. Not bad at all. Founders should be able to handle that, but, you know, not a bad idea. And, oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good force over there. I was wondering where your units were. Now I know. Yeah, I'm no longer banking up enough metal to even think about T2. I've gotta make plays in the here and the now. Okay, this is really painful, actually. But I think there's nothing for it. But, to just try to reclaim and make it work. Yeah, we can fight command these guys down here. These guys, make a play with them. Move this over here to nice and metal income. Set this to eat everything, set this to eat everything. We are abandoning this outpost. So much metal on the ground over there. So I am actually going to start T2 off of this. This is a crazy move. This is arguably a bad and incorrect move. Oh, you know what else? I'm going to fucking airdrop my comm out. Yeah, no, I can't. I don't have the build power to do everything I want to at once. But I can do a lot of it. Maybe I walk my comm over where the turrets are, right? Like, make them useful for something at least. Oh, these guys can go and raid, actually. That would be a good idea. And then over here, similarly. Whew, man, I'm sweating. Living up to my name this game. Holy shit. And yeah, I want a T2 con, and then some other builders. And over here, I want to build a heavy transport that I can use to airlift my comm out. Actually, I can put him on the high ground. Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to do that. Okay, this is really bad, though. So yeah, we need to start production on that. I love this idea. I really hope I can live long enough to make this work. Yes! And now we cloak, and we move this guy somewhere else. These dudes, I think, should advance. And oh man, my heart is pounding, let me tell you, right now. This is a great game, actually. I'm having fun. I don't understand how do you not get fucking amped about this? Like, okay, what's now? Yep, okay. Actually, oh, that would be so funny. Yeah, go and reclaim all the metal. How are you gonna what are you gonna do about it? You don't have anti-air. Okay. I think that's just the reinforcements coming in the trickle. So if that's the case, then not much I can do about it, except walk back. And these still have res bots, so I can actually res all of this. And I can get shurikens too, that would be pretty strong. That would actually be very strong in this situation. But yeah, I'm just gonna start getting aggressive right away. Got anti-air? Okay, that's not gonna count for shit. Oh, actually it counts for quite a lot. Oh, wow, good shot with the D-gun there. Fair play. I'm still gonna get the kill. And yeah, I'm going to eat that rather than res. For the simple reason that I want metal for T2 units. I might actually eat this air lab now. I don't think I need that. And we're going to turn off repeat. I forgot that these guys were on repeat, actually. And yeah, let's just, like, try to reclaim more metal, shall we? Oh, hey, what's this dude doing? Get to work. Get to work, guy. Let's get a Twitcher out so we can get more build power. Do I go T3? That's how I'm going to end this game, is I'm going to go T3, I think. Actually, no, I overestimated my metal income, but in reality, I don't think I can afford T3. It just looked high because I was reclaiming. Ooh. Made me sweat for that one.
Commander destroyed. Battle ended.
Man. Man, airdropping the comm out, that was a transport. Oh man. Whew. Man, yeah. I mean, what do you even say? What do you even say? I'm gonna go watch replay. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I'm gonna watch this replay on, like, boosted speed so that I can get back to catch the next round. Man, that was fun. That was, like, probably the best game of bar I've played in a while. And I mean, like, tons of mistakes, start to finish for sure, and we're about to see those. But, like, fuck, that was fun. And I can't wait to see what Spec Chat thought of it. We're gonna do this, yeah, we're gonna pick up the speed on this. I don't know. Okay, first off, skip to the start. And now, can we, like... Yeah, 3, 2, 1, here we go. And, yeah, can we, like, fucking 10x this or something? I don't know why it's taken so long to load. Okay, here we go.
Battle started.
We're talking about the mine layers. Cameras, or it's pointless. To play it, yeah, this is true. I wasn't expecting it, but I was on the map, so I got lucky. Yeah. Faster than a conch, that's the only reason. Saying the quiet part out loud. Yeah. Miners are very narrow, yep. Idea. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down actually, because I do want to read chat and track what's happening here. Sweaty about to beat him to the canyon. Yeah. That's because I'm not sending the commander back here to build these. I'm sending the commander straight out along this line. And yeah, catching that was a big deal. Yeah, talking about, let's see. They're asking if I took these fast last game, I think. Let me, yeah, let's speed this up a little bit. We're on 3x now. And yeah, this is, Red trying to walk in on me. What's the bad? No defenses? That's correct, yep. And yeah, I shouldn't have walked in there. I lost a lot. Yeah. They're noticing that I'm in huge danger. I was spamming down LLTs here to try to stay alive versus this. Okay, good run by here from me. Two cons here. That's what happened, because I attack commanded the first one, but there were two of them. And I almost pointed out, like, I usually send two cons when I'm doing this. I don't know why he only sent one, but it was two, and I just wasn't looking. Yeah, so Bean didn't know this was here? Oh, wow, yeah, dude, this is why you build radar. I thought my days were numbered. He didn't even know. This was a good run by, because I think I forgot to build this LLT this round. They're calling I'm dead. Nah, man, I'm good. And yeah, this sat for a little too long, I think. At this point, let's see. Bean is up on metal, but I guess that's Reclaim that's doing that. Yeah. Ships in the night, I tell ya. And yeah, I should have fight commanded these. That was bad of me. And this, I think, could have gone differently and better. But oh well. Comm v comm. Yeah, so at this point, I know he's there, and I assume that the comm is in play. He still doesn't know my comm is here, which is kind of funny. I really assumed... Oh yeah, they're calling it out, no radar. I really assumed that I was going to be hosed. Okay, yeah, so I catch this second con as well. One mace comes over to clean it up. I think Bean could have done better at, like, sending a few units in this direction more often. That would have potentially... I don't know how this works, actually, comm versus comm. No es bueno. The comm can take care of this number of grunts. You need at least 10 grunts to kill a comm, and I'm just now getting up to about 10. Not quite there anyway. This, if I had infinite APM, I could technically win that 1v1, I think, but I don't. Again, here should have been fight commanding, shouldn't have walked in. I did not get D-gunned, very lucky. No, yeah, I need more willpower over here. He's only got one turret over at this point. I was up to also one turret, but I had a con as well. And this is when I just switched into maces, which was around the same time as my opponent. He's also getting Rocketeers, though. Rocketeers certainly quite good. This is when I really thought that I was fucked. I was certain this game was over. And that's why I was like, I need to manufacture reinforcements locally. Because they're never going to break through this blockade. So I'm like, I have to switch where my production's coming from. Incredible. Does he know yet? He still doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh my god. This was so much more suspenseful than I realized. I was like, why the fuck isn't he pushing this whole time? He just didn't know. That's so funny. Okay. He cut off the supply lines. That's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. Nope. Wait, no way, dude. No way. Oh my god. Oh, this is so funny. You can't write this shit, dude. Why do people sweat versus me but play like poo versus other people? I can tell you, I was sweating this game. I'm sweaty right now. Like, this was... Yeah, wow. Yeah, Uber, they're not playing like poo. Yeah, correct. Oh boy. And this, I really wonder if I'd microed that differently. Could I have won it? Like if I move it over here, and focus fired starting from the end, so I'd take less damage. I wonder if that would have worked. Rezzing these turrets, such a good move. I mean, certainly not revolutionary, but, you know, necessary. This is another point where I thought for sure it's GG. At this point, does he know my comms here? Oh, okay, now he knows. Now he knows. Uh-oh. Correct. Correct. I think technically with correct micro on the Rocketeers, you could kill the lab here before, you know. The jig is up! Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, the Pounders come out here. Very, very strong defensive unit. And, instantly reclaim the wreck. Every bit of metal counts. And yeah, at this point... Oh, at this point I'm actually... Well, it's hard to tell who's up in metal. I know that you can get that overlay for the top right that'll show you the percentages. I don't like it because it makes shit too obvious. And it's like, you can just watch that in your peripheral and you know who's going to win without thinking about the game. I mean, it's like, that's an oversimplification, but it's mostly true. Yeah, over here I added this to the queue, knowing that this bot was here and it probably wasn't going to move. I put this at the edge of its range, figuring that would keep these guys alive, which did surprisingly work. 2 idle cons over here and an idle Lazarus for B-Nominator. But other than that, B-Nominator doing quite well. Sweaty might be doomed here. And yeah, pointing out that bots outrange the Pounder. What did you want to what should we repair? Oh, this guy. Maybe. Yeah. Man, what a game this was. I honestly cannot believe that I held on under these circumstances. This is why I judge people for resigning early. Because if you look at this on paper, oh, it's a lost game, I might as well quit and go next. No, dude. Make them work for it. Pounders will save them if the bots push. Exactly. Or if the bots are bunched up like this. Because they were on a single move command rather than a, like, line move command. And so that splash damage got just ridiculous amounts of value. Right off the bat. Yeah, 2 grouped up, they're calling it. As well. And yeah, I mean, the Pounders, I mean, that one does die, and these ones will die. But they're trading just disgustingly efficiently here. Run, Sweaty, run! I'm running, dude, I'm running. And I'm making sure to have somewhere that I'm running to, right? I'm still trying to get utility with the comm. Although I realized at this point that I needed more units, and so I switched to putting build power on the lab. I really wanted to get that mechs up if I could. And now, yeah, second line of thugs getting ready to break through here. This is what, yeah, 6 laser turrets. The zombie thugs are here too. Oh, those are resurrected? Oh man, they're rezzing? Oh, yeah, this was brutal. This was so brutal. Oh wow, look at how much damage, how much burst damage those volleys do too. And it's so hard to retreat versus this because they make you stop moving. Yeah, he's ignoring this, and this time I did the micro right. Never chase with Pounders, they will always lose the race, says Uber. That's, you know, that's fair actually. That's a fair comment. Especially versus longer range units. I was just trying to get every damage I could. I was trying to lower the unit count for my opponent so that my build power would go farther. In terms of like the percentage-wise relative increase in power. But yeah, I mean, it was not an efficient trade, and that's a valid criticism. And over here, clearing this up, I wasn't sure if this was worth it or not, because like I can walk here, but I guess this just makes it more expensive. I was on the fence about this one, but I'm glad to hear Uber liked it. Wide open lanes, yeah, I was talking about that earlier, sending just a few of these guys down here. Like, my god, that would have, or even through here. I mean, I would have been able to catch it, but you can kill mexes, right? Because if the mexes are as far from you as they are from me, then, like, the things I catch it with are going to get there at the same time as your units, and you're going to have time to kill the mechs. Nothing matter except what is happening here. Largely true. 1.7k metal on the ground. Which is enough to make a lab, and I thought about making the lab at this point. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I got the timing on that right. Or at least more right. I'm gonna clear the writing. Sandwich, yeah. Now the sandwich doesn't matter that much when the units are this far apart from each other, but the main thing it's doing is forcing the opponent to split their army and to judge how much they need on each side, and if they get one side wrong, then they crumble. So it's more of a skill check than an actual tactical advantage. But it does, in this case, also encourage consolidation of units, which allows me to move along the top here and regroup. So that was kind of what I had in mind there, and it mostly worked, actually, in this case. I was able to break through. Also catching the harassment force that came through over there, and thinking about these guys, which, of course, did a good amount of damage. I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me. That's exactly it. Man, this run-by did hurt a lot, though. I didn't realize that the Twin Guard did such a good job cleaning it up, but I still lost a good amount of metal there. Yeah, I was so set on winning the game with T2 that I didn't think about going for bombing, but like now that I'm looking at this, I can see how that would have been good. I was just thinking about that because I was remembering how I ate this with the aircon, which, by the way, is such a good move once you have the air lab up. Oh yeah, this was brutal. And that was right as I got the Geo up as well. So I'd invested so much, 13,000 energy, an entire bar of energy. I guess that's actually only 13 seconds, looking at my income, with the amount of wind I have up, which I did a good job of scaling for a good long while. I think I'll give myself some compliments for that. But yeah, that hurt losing the Geo. 500 metal too. 540, to be precise. Yeah, just built it. I was able to clear out a lot of units here though, and clearing out the stuff around Bean, that was a big deal. So now the comm has to be more careful, and now you can't afford to be sending as many units for harassment missions. And yeah, at this point I did. Was this when I gave up that base? Yeah, I decided we're fucking walking. And obviously I'm gonna eat on the way to the corner, but I'm heading to the corner. I think that's GG. I'm pinched. But I have my useless fortifications in the middle of nowhere that I built earlier. Does Bean know about those yet? Yes. Okay, so this is dicey. And I think with proper micro, these tanks actually... Do they outrange the comm? Let's double check that. 300 versus 350. With proper micro, the tanks could probably... That's a funny comment. APM has to be going crazy. Let's see what the statistics are. Oh wow, 3945. For me, that's actually pretty high. And I'm pretty sure that, like, this counts actual actions rather than just key presses. So that's actually decent. That's comparable to what my StarCraft APM was. And yeah, they're noting the T2 lap going up here. This was an interesting move. Now let's see. I think in StarCraft they call it EPM, effective actions per minute, or something like that. I forget what it actually is. But that would always be a lot lower than APM, and I think that this APM stat is close to what my EPM was. So I suspect that those are the same. Yeah, Fiends, Sheldons! Wait, what? They don't like the air lab? What's wrong with the air lab? This was how I saved my my comm. That was a big play. I just spammed Fiends here, yep. We are of one mind, my friend. Yeah, this little run by, that was a funny thing, that got through. And these guys lined up here. I do eventually push them in, but not yet. And yeah, this dude's gonna die to the LLT, and this dude probably as well. But we do get one through. And yeah, he sees what I'm going for here. Man, I'm so glad I thought of this, because I really could have lost this game without this play. I think I was assuming that Red had radar here, in which case he would be able to see that my comm is here even if it's cloaked. In fact, he did not have radar, but I was assuming he did. And ordinarily I don't talk to spec chat during the game, but sometimes you gotta celebrate. Man. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. And I did at this point cloak the comm now that I figured there's no way he has a radar lock on me up here. Imagine 10 bombers right now. Not wrong. Really, really not wrong. Yeah, that would have been the play to pop some bombers into this base. That would have just ended the game right there. My mind was so set on ending it with T2 and just pushing with Fiends and taking the head-to-head fight, but like the eco damage could have been really, really significant if I'd done it right. I don't play air much, I just don't think about things like that, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think at this point, I don't know if he saw the air lab, but he definitely figured out that something like that happened, but I must have transported out. So he's preemptively building the anti-air. Yeah, Uber also confused about it. Like, I guess he did see air. I don't know when, but it must have happened. This little skirmish was good for me. Pretty even. And yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think that Nettles are the choice here. They're just so low DPS. I 100% would have been putting up a higher tier air defenses. Yeah, that's true. Could have come in through the mountain and bombed. Not wrong. Not wrong. I wanted to spend all my everything. I mean, I was still pretty tight on metal at this point. My T2 Eco wasn't kicking off quite yet. It was starting to, but not quite. You can see I'm only at like 40 metal, which is still... Oh yeah, that's what it was. You saw the aircon reclaiming Rex. Yeah, I was aware when I was sending that in, like, that I was showing that, and that it would probably trigger a response, but I thought it was worth it for the metal, especially because I wasn't planning to bomb. And so I was like, if you build defenses against bombing, then that actually, it's all for nothing. That self-destruct here took out, like, more than half of the damage on this. What rocket turret is he talking about? Does he mean the Nettles? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's true, it's true. You can check it. You can see, yeah. That would have been good. Oh, and now he's even going into an air lab. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And yeah, my air over here, I mean, I obviously had to interrupt the build queue on the con, but the way I had it originally built was not great. Or for not great to bomb, rather. It is great for me. And yeah, now you can see I'm up to like 80 metal or something, 60 odd. I was reclaiming a lot. But yeah, my advanced mexes are doing good for me. And my opponent's trying to go into air, which is definitely going to lock up too much battle for him to go T2. Don't know why he wasn't eating this. Lol, what? I felt the same way when I remembered that this thing exists. 3 minutes later, yeah, man, look, I'm not perfect, okay? I think that's what broke him. Man, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I don't actually know that reference, but yeah.
Battle ended.
Man, what a fucking game. And yeah, look at the charts there. So, okay, I actually was a little behind on Eco to start out. Let's look specifically at metal. Yeah, I was lagging on metal for a lot of the game. I think I could have been reclaiming, or rather claiming, Mexes faster. And it's interesting to see a fairly linear chart here from my opponent versus a little bit more exponential from myself. Which obviously kicked in from the T2. And you can see way more greed on the wins, on the energy produced. I didn't have a lot of converters. In fact, I don't think I had any, which is something that you'll see a lot in my games, which I'm not sure if that's optimal. It's probably not, but I usually don't think about them. And yeah, metal used, also an interesting one. Energy used, also interesting. And looking at like player stats, yeah, commands per minute. There we go. That's the actual interesting thing. Is 36 and 67. So he was doubling me there. And then key presses per minute. Or no, that's not. That must be something else because we have the opposite stats there. But whatever the case may be, man, what a good game. That was a fun one. All right, we're gonna go back in and see how things are going in the lobby here. Oh fuck, everyone left. Okay, well. Okay, they all called it. GG's. I'm gonna call it to you then. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed that.